So what are we doing today?
Making another run to Home Depot for supplies.
So we got our steel from Alaska Steel, and it's been cut, and now I've gone ahead and ground off all the screws that were protruding up, so I've got a nice even surface all the way around the windows that we popped out, and we're going to go ahead and put a big old steel panel right over this. So what I'm doing now is marking the panel so that I know where to put the screws so that they're actually going to hit metal. And I've already primed this. This is a 14 gauge steel, so it's pretty thick. Shouldn't flap around very much. Now the last thing I want to do before I get this thing up there is put a bead of silicone all along the holes. We just lifted this thing up into place, slapped it on there. It's actually looking pretty good. We've got a couple of screws holding it up in place, but I got a whole bunch more to put on there, so I'm gonna get started. So, short update on where we're at with the bus. We have framed in the bathroom, and all those holes that were left from the bolts where the seats were, I've gone ahead and hit with a can of Great Stuff minimal expanding foam, which I just did, so it's very sticky, so I got to make sure I don't step on it. Scoot over here. Used what was left of the can to start filling in that window there. There'll be fiberglass insulation over the top of that behind the studs, but just kind of filling in that gap where the window was. And here is where our composting toilet will be once we get that. Looks like it may have finally just shipped, so it's on its way. This is our shower stall. It's going to be a little bit short for people like myself. We made a bunk for Ryan. Not sure how long he'll be able to use that, but that'll turn into storage once he outgrows it and until his next sibling is able to use it. And then in here, I've started to use some tongue and groove to fill in the top of the wall there. At first I was going to try to use plywood, and I was trying some things like packing aluminum foil up in there to try and get a mold, and that didn't seem to be working very well. So doing this tongue and groove and measuring it one board at a time seems to be the best route. Plus it looks really snazzy. So I pulled the school bus decal off the front, and I'm masking it up and getting it ready to throw some paint on there. I just sprayed a coat of primer on there, and then a coat of black. Today most of the work that I did was up on the roof, so let's go take a look. That's right. It used to be yellow, and now it is white. Spent a lot of time sanding, and most of the day sanding, and then only really about an hour and a half or so actually painting. Today we are continuing on with the painting. We got the white done on this entire side. So we're just about done with the green on the sides and the front. We got a little bit of work to do still on the back, but we are getting very close to done painting this thing. It's taken us a little over a week at this point, a lot longer than we actually thought it would. Buses are big. Alright guys, we're not done painting the bus just yet. We've actually still got a couple of yellow spots on the other side, but from this angle, this is exactly what it's going to look like once it's completed. It took a lot of time to tape that all off and do it in multiple stages, but I'm really liking the way that that's looking now.